was mine. I want more money, more power. Goddamn nigga, it's about that time. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I said I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Miss Reid.
And Dev.
And you are in the comments section.
Where who cares what the story is? What do the people say?
What are they saying?
What are they saying?
How do they feel?
I don't know. Am I people? Are you people?
I'm people.
I know.
I better be people.
Okay.
All right. Well, trending. Number 1. I feel like these are not in an order of importance. I want people to know that. We randomly put them on this list and it doesn't get reorganized.
Correct.
So I don't want you to think like this, we're doing this by importance.
Right.
It's not. It's totally arbitrary.
Not the case.
But right now, I'm going to start off.
Go ahead.
With Melania Trump coming for T.I.
Oh my God.
On the tweets.
Yes. Saw that.
She's mad at him about a music video that he made. Did you see? I didn't see the video. I just saw a description of it.
Oh, I saw a clip because I was at work.
Right, but it's him in the Oval Office with a bitch lookalike of her.
Yep.
And she comes strolling in with the I don't care do you jacket on and some pumps and like nothing else.
Right, and she kind of does like a little strip tease
and
for
gives
him
him a little dance
and grabs his tie.
And yeah, I got the Breakfast Club told me about this, and I think Charmaine was like, "Oh, so T.I. want all the smoke," and that's exactly how I feel. Like he's been a long time hater of Trump, but this is some whole other level shit. So.
Yeah, I was thinking how much he had to coordinate because the whole video was a satire on their meeting, but the meeting just happened, so he went to work. Like he didn't have 4 months to put this concept together. He was like, "I'm doing this," and I'm doing
he
this
met
now.
with Trump.
Kanye met with Trump.
Oh, Kanye.
And this whole video is essentially a satire of that meeting.
Oh, I see.
And then a jab back using Melania.
Right.
But I just thought to myself, that meant he was enraged because it was like, I want to do a video
right
now.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm for it.
I just want to see what happens here. I really don't have a lot of commentary.
Well, they're hashtagging boycott it.
Oh, of course.
And
of course.
no one is doing that.
No.
And people
one over here.
I was going to say, people who would be boycotting T.I.
don't
don't listen to his
T.I.
music.
any fucking way.
Exactly.
So, we'll see what happens with that. This is just like a warning about comments. I got to look out for this because this is about to get juicy.
Yes, it is.
I feel it. This is going to be a good one.
Oh my gosh. How about if he issued a censor or a gag order or I don't know. You never know.
We're going to see. That's what I'm saying. You never know. So that's why I said we're going to see. Keep this on the radar.
Go T.I. I hope you make another satirical video soon.
Do it. Fuck it. I mean, nothing really came of it when Snoop made the video with Trump as a clown. So. Right. He just bitched and moaned about it, but what did it change?
Saturday Night Live plays him all the time, and in a negative light. Right. So why is he coming after T.I.?
Well, same reason why he goes after all brown people who have a problem with him, but not.
Right.
All right. Trending number 2.
Woo.
Canada, welcome to the club.
Cannabis.
Welcome to the club. Let's get high all day long.
Our Mountie people. No, they're not Mountie people.
They're not Mountie. Well,
but
some of them.
Mountie
a couple
hats. Okay.
People.
Canada.
I want one of those hats.
The Mountie hats,
Yo,
right?
cut that to the side. Anyway.
Canada legalized weed.
Congratulations, Canada.
Welcome to the California club.
Welcome to the club. It's a great club. It's a beautiful club. I wish I would have got in on the weed business earlier.
We still can because this is my idea. No one on here steal it. But I want to come up.
Close your ears.
Close your ears. Trademarked. I want to come up with the first, but I know it won't be, the lounge where you go in, you buy your weed, you sit down and get a cup of coffee. Yep, and you sit down and smoke.
Why are they not allowed to smoke? Are you not allowed to smoke on premises? Is that?
As of right now, there's really nowhere you can publicly
I guess
smoke,
soon they'll have licenses,
right.
Alcohol license. Well, you gotta get out there if you pass the legislation, girl,
I'm
or
excited.
get it passed.
But can I tell you the more positive thing about this, which shows the difference between Canada and the U.S., because I researched this after. Canada, immediately with the legalization of weed, has also put into place a pardon program for all past charges of 30 grams or less of weed. Because as of right now, with the legalization of weed, 30 grams is kind of like the number that you can legally like have if you have a license or whatever. Okay. So they're just using that same amount to just say anyone in jail that had that less.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
And so I
Seattle did that here.
Well, see, I looked to see if U.S. did it on a national level.
No, not on a national level.
States are doing it.
States
like
are doing
California are trying. And,
yeah, California hasn't done it yet. It'll probably be a while for California. California wheels move a little slow. They're working towards it. It's just slow. It's a bigger state, so it's just slower.
Everything's slower.
Seattle did it quick as shit.
But the difference. You see
well, it's much different places. Like, I don't know. Has Colorado done it?
I did not look up Colorado specifically.
I'm trying to think of the states that have it legally.
Nationally came out.
Who else has legalized it?
It's what, Nevada. Right?
Nevada, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. Is that it? Nevada, California, Washington, Colorado.
I feel like
Massachusetts. Did Massachusetts just do it?
Aren't there more states like in the middle that have done it? I know East Coast states haven't really. Has New York done it?
No, not yet. It's about to.
Florida
They
hasn't.
might be voting on that soon, or they have. New York was. They've been talking about New York and New Jersey a lot lately. I don't know where they are in that legislation yet, but those were on the horizon. I'm pretty sure like the only East Coast was Massachusetts, and I want to say New Hampshire, but I could be making that up. I just picked the state
I actually agree
that would be most likely to have it.
No, but I actually agree with the New Hampshire thing, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go for that too.
They're very live free or die, so I see them doing that early.
But I saw that and I thought that's how you rectify wrongs. If you're gonna,
legalize something, then you gotta let people
let them out of jail
for doing the same nonsense.
Go Canada.
Always.
No, you cannot go buy weed in Canada and bring it out here.
Oh yeah, you can't do either.
Yeah.
You can't get it here and think, oh, since it's legal there, I'm gonna take it there. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. And if you get it there, you're not getting it back here. So just know that. Don't think like, oh, we about to take this trip right quick. Nah, if you got the stash on you, just wait till you get there.
Yeah.
I mean, give it time. They probably haven't opened up all their distilleries and everything.
I think it's like one so far.
But it won't take long because I know these shits popped up on every corner.
I know,
They weren't there and then they were there so quickly. So
what I'm waiting for is to see the revenue impact of this, because this is raising billions of dollars. Where's that money going?
I don't know, but I feel like there will be a lot more transparency in where that money is going there than there ever will be here.
Yep.
But that's a whole other situation.
Yeah, but all the comments are, yay. I have not seen one negative comment about Canada legalizing weed.
No. Take a psycho.
Welcome.
All right, trending number 3. How do you pronounce this?
I was going to say, forgive my mispronunciation, because even the way that we pronounce it properly in English is probably not how
I've heard it so many times too, and I still can't. Khashoggi,
Khashoggi, but I'm assuming in his language it's something more beautiful. But yes, the Khashoggi murder. We're gonna call it murder, even though we don't have a body, and we don't have quote unquote more than circumstantial evidence.
We have fingers.
Have we? I haven't heard that yet.
I thought we had fingers.
Well, there's so many rumors going around. There's like a possible tape. There's, all these kind of rumors right now. But essentially, let the people know, it's a Saudi journalist who went into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, Turkey, and never came out. And randomly on that day, I don't know, 12 to 14 high class, like diplomats or billionaires or politicians came into the country randomly that day and left that day. And this guy is never to be found again.
The Young Turks said it was the Saudi, who's the high person there? The guy that was just at the White House with Trump not too long ago.
Not the Prince guy.
Whoever he was. You know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name. Either way, Young Turks were saying this definitely was him and them behind this, and that he was tortured with a bone saw for a couple minutes before he was killed. Right.
And they're saying, essentially, I believe the Saudis are saying it's like a rogue situation. And our great president just says, hey, people, he told me no.
Right, of course.
He told me no.
He's not giving a shit. All the money the Saudis are spending with U.S., and not just the U.S., with Trump specifically.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna do shit.
It
ain't gonna do shit.
What I'm feeling is we're literally watching like when someone was in Germany and they watched the first Jewish person being dragged away and murdered, and everyone knew it, and everyone's going back in their houses, and it's like it's a totalitarian dictatorship world kind of like nation going on, and they are trying to link up and take over like the world.
Well, look, people are waking up to it. CNN just did one of their, they have the panels of just American voters, and they just asked them how they feel about things. And it was independent voters who are super crucial, especially coming this November for the midterms. And they voted for Trump, and they are regretting the shit out of it. Yeah. So the Republicans are panicking, and this is why they're going full on racist at Fox News right now. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. Laura Ingram's evil ass, like, she's the devil. She sat up there and just said, because she was talking about the Hondurans that are coming, we'll get to that, but she just had a total meltdown with just the Democrats want to be able to just let all these people in so that they can vote and have open borders. And it's just like, bitch, what?
It's like, really?
Who told you that? Where did they get this notion that we wanted open borders? We've never had open borders. I don't want open borders.
No one wants borders.
Nobody wants that.
We want a balance between humanity and functionality.
You cannot argue with just dumb.
Well,
but they were just having a complete and total meltdown.
Yeah. I really, in my heart, though, right now, feel like this Khashoggi, I apologize, rest in peace. Like, is something going to happen? Are we going to protest? Like, is someone going to do something? No. Because it is, like, full on, every single person knows right now that government officials just got away with murder.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If you put one more of my black brothers in jail
evil regime
for fucking gang violence, or you're locking up regular-ass folks for fucking drugs, yet you literally can kill a journalist?
Do they have billions of dollars?
No, of course not.
So who's
and come to find out, I did a little bit more research on this Khashoggi family. It's interesting because Trump actually bought, I think his dad or his uncle was some rich Saudi arms dealer. He bought a $200 million like yacht from him like years ago. It's interesting how they're all fucking connected.
Right.
But all I know is I believe he has a daughter. I believe he has some family. I'm extremely upset that a journalist so openly would be murdered, and literally I feel like nothing is happening because of it.
And it won't.
Except a lot of people screaming. I mean, CNN is screaming, the Washington Post is screaming. We have all these journalists screaming, but in practical terms, what are we going to do about it?
Absolutely nothing. Like
something.
All the other things that happen here. Absolutely nothing.
I hope we have a lot of quiet warriors right now trying to figure it out.
Well, they better be real quiet, as in fucking silent, because
they're going to come and kill you. And he was... I was trying to find the source of why they wanted him dead, and I think it was he was starting to really open up about what was going on in Saudi Arabia, and he was like working with either the Washington Post or the New York Times, and he was going to start his articles were going to start being published in America, right? I think that's what was going on, but anyways, I'm just upset about it, and I'm floored, and
right. The Young Turks have done some really great exposés in regards to this, and they're like up to the minute. So check them out on YouTube because they have a lot of information about this. But ain't nothing gonna happen. I think that's what's happening. The comments are a mix of what I'm saying, he ain't gonna do shit, or he shouldn't do shit. So
right. Well, let's keep going on our wonderful topic. One episode we might have to do all positive topics. But anyways.
Maybe.
I'm actually really proud of this, but
it's trending number 4, by the way.
Yeah, trending number 4. About 450 Amazon employees, protesting selling facial recognition software technology to the police. And they wrote a letter to Jeff Bezos, which is the head of Amazon. I'm not quite sure if they're going to do a walkout or what else they're going to do behind it. But these employees are kind of like, look, when we got hired or when we wanted to, start our careers, it was never to create technology to help further racial profiling, to help further fucked up shit, because they had already proven that the technology in itself was fucked up and racially,
it was flawed.
Yeah, they would like compare it to like black senators, and it would like match like other people or murderers or whatever.
But not when they were doing it with the white people. They did like a side-by-side experiment. The black people was just making them senators and all types of other crazy shit. But for the whites, it was a little more accurate, but not much.
Yeah. So it just really sucks. But what pisses me off more, and maybe I just wasn't reading the news, but this happened years ago. They got into like billion-dollar contracts with our government years ago. Amazon, a public company, I almost feel like doesn't there need to be some separation, like church and state, like separation of these public companies and our government? But they have these like $1 million contracts to like help them build these technologies, and I'm just not for that. So I'm actually really proud of these employees. You know what? To work, to put your jobs at risk, to be able to support your families, to put that at risk for the things that you believe in. I salute y'all.
Right.
I really do.
Yeah, good for y'all, because A, it's too late. It's already done.
Right.
And B, it's going to keep happening. So you putting your neck out on the line for nothing really, just to let people know and draw some attention to it. But there's nothing that can come of it.
Right.
As most protesters or something like, like before Kavanaugh, trying to have him not be. But this is done. Yeah. They're doing this just for the sake of it. So. But
you know what? The resistance has to keep on, right?
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah. And good on them.
But yeah, so salute to you guys. Slay.
Amazon's been having a lot of issues when it comes to just their workforce and people being happy, employee morale and conditions, et cetera, et cetera. I know they raised their minimum wage to $15 an hour, but then they cut back on bonuses. So did people really, come out clean on the other side of that? And this is the same thing with this dumb ass fucking tax bill that they passed that comes into effect this year, and fiscal year, and it's already added a $2 trillion
deficit. Yeah,
deficit.
To our
deficit, to the deficit.
Yes.
Deficit to debt on the deficit.
Y'all know what we mean.
You know what I'm trying to say.
The debt went up, credit went down. Yeah,
and
I saw that.
If anybody is dumb enough to fall for trickle down, then you totally deserve what happens to you. And I hate that we have to learn this lesson with your stupid ass again. We did this with Reagan. Reaganomics did not work. He tried that same bullshit. Right. Oh, if you don't tax the rich, then they'll just invest more in the country.
To the poor, because that's how it works.
Right. It did not work then. Yeah. And then they try to tell you again and like change the name and move things around a little bit. Yeah. And you fall for it again. You deserve everything that happens to you. Sorry. Yeah. Because as a middle class, working, gainfully employed person, it's going to suck. Yeah. But this isn't going to bankrupt me. This isn't going to put me out on the street. Right. This could bankrupt people. This could put people out on the street. Right. This is going to hurt small business owners. So it's just like, and it was just that's what it's galling, because it was the lower classes and the lesser educated who fell for this okie doke and who are still trying to defend it. Right. That's what makes it angrier. The people who is going to hurt the most are the people who were okay with it.
Into place, right? Because the educated,
because you put us as the elites, and you say that we're the other, so you want to separate us from you. But we've been trying to tell you and warn you, and you just see it as, I guess, we're trying to just condescend to you. And you know what it's like? It's like, on television shows, like on like the X-Files, every week Mulder would say, some fucked up shit's happening over here, and I think this is what it was. And every week Scully would be like, no, science, science, science. And they would get out there, and lo and behold, some fucking magic shit would get up in their ass. And Mulder would look at her and roll his eyes and walk away. And that was 9 years of the X-Files. That's the show. You don't gotta watch it. That is the show. Same thing with Homeland. Carrie tell them, this is the attack. This is the attack. They're coming. And they're like, no. Everything's fine. And lo and behold, some shit blows up. Right. Sometimes you gotta just listen to somebody. So that's why you might, like, maybe that's why they seem like we're condescending, because it's just like, we keep telling you the same shit. Right. You don't want to admit that you're stupid, that you don't know. You make these dumb decisions. Yeah. And then it's just... Yeah. I told you so.
It's most frustrating because I think what happens is a lot of the time, at least for me, who's been like screaming, "Hey, racist on the prowl, he's gonna be our president," is because like I can't speak in, you know, evidentiary facts or whatever they need to like prove it. They can't just like listen and be like, look, this person is the most racist, fucked up shit. He will fuck up. I don't care if he's Republican, Democrat, whatever. I remember working in a very small office and I was constantly telling people racist ass shit and no one was believing me. Oh, well, you know, police gotta do their jobs, Devin. Or my old boss wanted to take, so I was talking so much shit that he wanted me to go on a ride along with the police. Like that was gonna change my motherfucking mind. And it's like years later and we still have, you know, killings every fucking day by the police, or that little 9-year-old boy who fucking is not going to forgive that white lady
for
accused him of rubbing
her ass at the store.
This shit isn't going away.
No.
I'm not fucking crazy. It's everyone else that needs to listen to me.
Right. But here's the thing. Even if he was racist and you were racist and you were for his racismness, he's still stupid.
Right.
And he's still a con artist. So here's the thing, like, if I was a racist, I'd be like, ugh, he's racist like me. I like that. But I don't think he knows what he's doing. Right. So I don't think I could do that. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right. And the sensible white people found that out really quickly. After, but they found that out really quickly. For example, like my last boss, who I was just talking about, hates Trump. Like, he hates him now. But it's like, but it all ties into like what I was saying beforehand. And that's what irks me, is that it takes them to do all the awful acts. It takes countless amount of African Americans dying, being murdered for years. And don't get me started on the effects that that's going to have on their family and their ability to get their family to the next level in life. Right. But anyways, it takes countless of murders for people to finally get it. I'm tired of that shit. Just listen. Just listen to the people who it's affecting.
Because people want to tell other people what the circumstances are.
Hey, look, my dad went through this. My dad did this. Why does the next generation have to like go through all this shit?
I already ranted about this, about white people not listening about shit that we've always been talking about.
But you know what? I'm always going to keep talking.
Trump was who he was right from the jump. So that's why these independents on this panel, like, I'm sorry, you look like a dum-dum to me. I that's all I see is an idiot. Because even though you're coming around now and you realize, I want you to, and you realize the error in your way. Right. However, like, you're still a dum-dum.
And we still need to hold you accountable.
You still need to be held accountable. Like, take the L. Like, that's what people just don't know how to do. Right. Like, take the L. I'm going to take my L's at all time. If I'm at work, no matter what it is. If I fucked it up, I'm gonna be like, hey, I fucked it up. Yeah. So why are you always trying to hide and scapegoat? People are fucking cowards. Make excuses. Like, just say, I was a dum-dum and I fucked this up. Yeah. Can you help me find what's right? Right. Because it's just like, we're expected to take this high road and reach ahead. I can't make you learn and want to learn and not be a dum-dum.
I can't make you believe the experiences that people go through. If I tell you this is what happened and you want to find some fucking weird middle fucking ground, then I can't have this conversation.
There's nothing I can do for you.
So many endless conversations at the end of the night with my old boss that I ended up screaming and walking out. And who looked like the dumb person? Me, right? I was the angry woman in the office. Right. Everyone, Devin's crazy. And it's just, but anyways. But you know, I'm going to keep talking. And that's why I'm going to go back to the Amazon employees. It's like, even if you can't change people's minds, even if you can't, good for y'all for standing up and saying shit. Say something and get it out there.
I'm telling the world, I'm not a part of this, and I'm not
you're on the right side of
this.
History.
Right.
I've been on the right side of motherfucking history my whole life. Right. So have you? I'm just saying, you know? But go right into our next trending topic.
Trending number 5. So
Honduras is coming.
Honduras is coming.
Welcome.
Y'all. Here's what makes this story funny to me. Before, it was just a story like any other, and I was just like, well, we got to figure out what to do. Like, I don't have a solution necessary right off the top of my head. I'm not any type of a political mind, so I really don't know what to do in this situation.
Me too.
But what makes it funny is, so how many are there?
The story that I started off reading, it was like a group of 400.
400 Hondurans.
Ranging Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador. That was the story I heard.
South America.
Mainly deriving from Honduras, though.
Okay.
The latest article that I read before I left work was up to like 1,000 people.
I think I've heard 1,000
I don't know how many people right now
but they're on their way by foot
marching their asses to come say hello to us.
To the U.S.
Yes.
But here's what made the story funny, because it's not a funny story and it's probably tragic. But what gave it a little light for me is there's no reason.
That's what I was saying.
So that's what I was trying to figure out. What happened there?
asking,
Usually when there's these mass exoduses, something happened.
Right.
There was an earthquake. There was a flood. The government
Civil
is
war.
killing people, genocide.
Right.
Like, there's usually a reason for that many to come simultaneously.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, what happened?
We already know there's brutality.
So then when I ask what happened, and it's just like,
I told her,
I don't know, girl. Nothing.
Look, and please, reach out and comment on our social media.
Let us know. I couldn't find
anything. If we are missing a main event, please tell us. But let me tell you, I could not find a jumping point, which of course made me straight to my conspiracy mind, be like, this is a total setup. Right. And they implanted somebody that said, hey, we need to get out of here. Let's go, to further, Trump's agenda. How I feel about when the quote unquote immigrant killed that white lady a while ago. Yeah. Setup. I feel like it's a setup, but I don't know what it is. All I know is, yes, they are escaping being forced into gangs, brutality, rape. Right.
Yeah, I know that they've had a lot of social and economic issues there.
Why they're all come together, or
but it's crazy to me that they were just like, all right, so look, y'all, October 10th, we gonna pack up all our things,
right? And we are fucking out of here,
and we're out of here. So,
and of course, the comments are, for me, the ones that I read are gross and disgusting. Of course. Because essentially they're like, see, Trump's right. Yeah. See, and that's what makes me know that this is a fucking setup. But everyone's like, see. And I'm just like, you guys are fucking stupid.
Well, we're going to see.
But they're not going to make it. I know
I don't think they're going to make it through Mexico.
No. I mean, right now, Trump is threatening Mexico to keep him out. Trump is threatening to stop
I don't
giving
think it's
money
necessary.
to Honduras.
I mean, I don't think it's necessary to even threaten Mexico, because Mexico's been having some civil rights violations in regard to that southern border for a while now. So
Mexicans are going to jump on board and join the group. By the time they get to the border, there's going to be thousands of people watch. In terms of trying, but I don't know. But I thought the people who migrate to the U.S. from Mexico were usually from northern Mexico, not so much southern. Agreed.
Mexico.
But I just feel at this point, I mean,
so that's why people joining, I feel like those southern Mexicans are gonna be like, honey,
in your apartment and you saw 1,000 people marching, like, we head now. It's like, all right, I'm gonna get my bag and go. I feel like people are joining the group who aren't necessarily in dire strait because they're like, fuck this.
We out. I'm out. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's do it. I would still want to talk to somebody.
What I will not be able to emotionally handle is if there's some sort of mass accident. I'm worried that because he's like I'm going to send in the military if Mexico doesn't handle it. So all in my head, I'm thinking of men lined up like a shooting range, like straight up Holocaust style, and just spraying the crowd. I swear if that happens, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I don't know that would happen.
I'm gonna have to join a resistance
even with Trump.
Something.
I don't think that would happen, because I think it would probably spark
quit my job and figure out how to serve the people. Because
I think that would be a final straw for some people. Yeah, I don't see that happening. That's not really like a U.S. thing to do, but who knows? Trump is wild. I know that.
With this Khashoggi murder, I mean, with it being so open, I feel like he's in a safe space to do some fucked up shit where the international community, I know that there's an international community that doesn't include what the evil people we're talking about, but he has enough evil dictators on his side that I feel like they're testing the waters of how crazy they can get. And I mean, God help them.
Yes and no.
And they would do it in the middle of the night. It would just, people wouldn't know.
Maybe.
CJ.
I don't know if Mexico would allow that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Mexico. Right.
Well, no, Mexico or us. No, I'm saying, if they get through Mexico, I don't think they're going to get through the southern border. Let's say for some reason they do. If Trump were to try to enact something like that, like all people who try to approach the U.S. border are going to get shot, or some mass shooting, I don't think Mexico would allow that.
Right. If they had any type of warning. I think it's going to be in the cover of the night, and who knows. But I really don't want that to happen. I'm just a little worried that it will.
Right. Yeah, I don't have that worry.
All the rules are off. There's no rules.
There are, but that is that would be a genocide.
I know. I'm telling you, I know that.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Trump is crazy and he's wild, but I think he's smart enough to know to not do a genocide.
We'll see, right?
Like, I feel like even the dumbest of the dum-dums know how to
Because it wouldn't be presented as a genocide. The story we're going to hear is mob, da-da-da, and a couple hundred people got killed. It's not going to be presented in the way that I'm saying.
Right.
I'm just saying it's going to happen that way, but we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. That seems more dangerous than it's worth.
Story.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make it past Mexico's southern border, so this is a non-issue. I'm almost certain of that.
Aren't they already in Mexico?
Are they yet?
We'll find out.
I don't
know where they're at. They're on foot. I don't know.
I need live tracking of the situation now. I'm super
I want to see them because you know what the government gets? They get those satellite views.
Yeah, aerial views.
I want an aerial view of this shit.
They need to put a live feed somewhere. I just want to know. I'm concerned.
Come on, if anyone in the Secret Service is listening, live feed that shit on Facebook, man. Just do it.
It's wild.
Do it.
It's wild. Last but not least, I just want to send a RIP out to Ray Montague. Mm-hmm. And she is one of the women that the movie Hidden Figures was inspired by. And she was a Navy engineer that created a program that changed the way ships were designed. It was a mapping program, I think, for ship making. Mm-hmm. And she revolutionized how ships were made. So she died at the age of 83, and I just wanted to send a rest in power, Queen, and thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you, Miss Montague.
And I'm sure there'll be some little black girls dressed as you this Halloween.
I hope
again.
So.
Those little Hidden Figure costumes, I
Those
can't
were
even.
The best.
And the story is talking about how parents are saying their kids considered going into the sciences for the first time because of that movie. So. That is a great and powerful legacy to leave behind. Go ahead, Ray Montague.
Go ahead.
You better shine up in heaven, girl, or whatever. All right, so that brings trending for episode 12 to a close.
Ooh, some heavy trending topics.
Oh, God. Well, it was ratchet as shit last week, so.
Yeah, it was.
You gotta balance it out. It's all about that yin and that yang. All right, what the fuck?
Bitch, I know you fucking lied. I know you fucking lied. What the fuck is going on? Okay, my what the fuck's kind of interesting. China is making, or has made, or in the process of, a man-made moon. Yes, I did say moon, M-O-O-N, to light one of their cities called Chengdu. And what it would do, obviously, is reduce the need for streetlights and power and all this things. So they're doing this test run.
Wouldn't they have to power the moon?
Well, these are these science questions I can't answer. Okay. But it's the way they describe it is what they're trying to test out is if they can make a solar mirror, essentially recreating the solar system.
I see.
Controlled, so we're not powering it, and I don't know how. I don't know anything.
Also, in a way that the moon bounces off sunlight to the earth.
Exactly.
When the
so it's not using any power, essentially.
Oh,
and
just
so
a giant mirror.
They're going to get rid of all the street lights. And this moon, at this point, this particular moon can light 50 miles. And other places in China will be able to see it. Other places in the world will not be able to see it.
I see.
And this is kind of a test to further see if they want to create this fake solar system to help reduce power and energy and all this.
This is
stuff.
A bad idea.
It looks
you
really
want to
cool.
know why this is a bad idea?
The moon
though?
could fall out off of the sky.
Nope.
No.
one word. You ready for this? Shadows. That's what lights do. The moon is in one place, it's at one angle, and it's only going to light what it has a clear path to.
Right.
Lights on the street light everything around it. So that's the only thing I can see. I feel like it would be just dangerous and fucking put a lot of women and children at risk because it would just be shadowy as shit.
But the article made it seem like it will be almost bright, it will illuminate the city way better than streetlights could ever. And again, I don't know the science behind it. You got to read the article. It's actually really interesting, and the technology that goes into it. It's an interesting idea to reduce energy, obviously, because China's a huge contributor to that. I'm just not mad at their creativity. I never thought of that.
It's not
and they're
not
testing
a
it
bad
on
idea.
this one city.
I'm just worried about shadows and angles. But if they can find a way around that,
man-made can break, and what happens when it breaks.
Right.
And if you got rid of all the goddamn street lights, you know
maybe
what I
not
mean?
get rid of them, just not use them, or maybe not.
Right,
as
they're
often.
not tearing them down. At this stage, it's just testing everything.
Right.
But essentially, the goal would be to.
Right, but the lights themselves are man-made too, so power goes out.
Right, and so what happens when the big power goes out? And then you have like 7 moons like around your country, and then do the moons start bouncing into stars? Like all these different questions in my head.
Me.
That's why it's my what the fuck is going on? But
That's a weird one.
Yeah,
I don't know
interesting.
where the hell you heard that shit from.
It was an incredible article.
Yeah, you don't know from where.
Yes, I do. Google News.
I guess.
I think it was a CNN article.
I got something in my throat.
You clear that up. I'm just gonna look at the real moon right now.
I got something in my throat.
It's that fancy French press coffee you do.
It's fast and it's easy. It's cheap. No filters. No nothing. Whew, okay, I'm better. My WTF is Georgia. If you're in Georgia,
Sorry.
get your state together. Florida too. I didn't follow up with that story, but Georgia's having and low-key always has
had it, yeah.
a voter suppression issue.
Mm-hmm.
But it's getting very just blatant and aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And the latest story that really just pushed me over the edge was there was a bus. There's an organization that organizes bus rides for elderly people to go vote. They were having a bus trip from a senior facility for like early voting.
Mm-hmm.
Bus shows up, and apparently now the story as I got it, they said officials told them that they had to get off the bus and that they couldn't go because nursing homes aren't allowed to engage in political activities. So it was technically illegal for this bus to pick up from this one senior facility.
Jesus.
I want to know who the fuck these government officials are.
Right.
Where did they came from? I mean, I'm sure that it's easy to find out that it was happening. I want to say why did they know they were doing this? I'm sure it was advertised, but why this group? I mean, I know why.
Right.
But it's so conspicuous that it becomes suspicious. So I want to know who these quote unquote government officials are who told them they couldn't do this. And all the old people were just like, we're going to vote regardless.
Yeah,
so
we'll
I don't
walk.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm voting.
Right.
So they can do what they want. So don't worry in that regard. They're not being deterred. But I really want to know who these government officials are. And I also want to say that if this nursing home can't simply organize a bus to take these older people who can't obviously do it themselves to vote, and that's illegal because it's political activity, and then churches should not be allowed to speak to parishioners about voting. Period. Because that's political activity, and that's a non-taxable organization.
Some voting, like where you vote on like church parking lots, like
sometimes it is.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, if a
church
church does not have to pay taxes, they shouldn't be allowed to tell people who they're voting for.
Right.
It's plain and simple. Keep it all equal. Keep it all 100.
Right.
But you pick these black people at this black home to stop their bus to go.
All I know is the plaintiff's attorney is probably going to get on that, and I wouldn't be surprised.
There is a suit. There's a civil suit now for not this incident, but for just other instances of.
Well, it's like what 53,000 people are being fucked with.
Yeah, taken off the rolls.
Yeah. Again,
for
do
no
you
reason.
guys hear this? It's 2018. You guys tell black people you're always angry, and we're still having trouble getting to the fucking voting place.
Yep.
Anyways.
Look, it's active disenfranchisement. It's active. It's in your face and it's blatant. And if you don't do anything about it, then you're just, I don't know, lazy or a coward
and
or
you know
not
what's
too
funny?
bright.
My rage doesn't come from any fucking self-experience.
Right.
I've never once fucking have had to feel it. I've seen my friends feel it. I've seen my family members feel it.
But that's empathy. That's how empathy works. That's a big component, I feel, for me, of being a Democrat. There's certain issues that will never really affect me. Abortion. I have.
Right.
It will, whether it was here or not, it would make absolutely no difference to my life.
Right.
However, I certainly want somebody else to be able to do it. Like,
Right.
that's not my right to try to tell you what to do with your own situation. Right. Like, leave people alone.
Right.
Like,
well, leave and not only that, it's okay to not have a solution either.
Right.
I don't have a solution to the Honduras situation.
Right. I certainly do not.
But what I know in my heart is the right thing is a balance between what needs to work and be operational and functional, but also we're dealing with human beings,
right?
And the same thing with abortion.
We have a
any other
imperative. I feel like as an American, like just being this rich country, like it's our job to help. Like we have way too much to not be able to help 450 to 1,000 people. Like we can't help them,
right?
Really,
and that doesn't mean take them in and take care of them the rest of their lives, and that means you're going to be poor. Like,
right.
Why is it so? Why do you feel like it's going to relate to you so fucking much?
Because it's tribalism, and that's a big cornerstone of republicanism. Us versus them.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's a what the fuck, and I
was.
wish. I mean, I remember campaigning for Obama and getting on a bus and going to Nevada and all this stuff. I wish I can get on a bus right now and go to Georgia, and that's what I'm saying. It's like. Anyways, I'm so pissed that I have to work and support myself. Right. Because
it's easy to be complacent here too. Because I mean, I'm sure we have people being fucked with here too, but it's not like these states, especially these battleground states. Like in Georgia, is definitely a battleground state.
Always has been.
So.
Yeah.
If you're in Georgia,
I was even thinking, like, what's going on in Mississippi?
People to vote.
But that's what you can do. Better is going on in Mississippi.
Right, exactly.
And we haven't heard any stories about that.
But you don't have to be out here and be a social justice warrior and put your life at risk. All you have to do is make a commitment to yourself to vote and participate, and maybe tell a person or two around you to do it. That goes such a long way.
Really
I just don't think people do it. And even like you doing it as a parent and your kids seeing you do it, you just grow up feeling like it's just something that you just do.
Right.
So I never really thought about it. My parents went and voted throughout my life occasionally. I wasn't paying attention when. They just told me they were home early because they voted and they didn't go to work. Like, you know what I mean? So then it was just like, you grow up thinking, I just have days off occasionally to vote. Like, that's just what I thought life was.
Right.
So that, like I said, you can just do that one thing to just show your children that this is what life is. Occasionally, mommy and daddy go to the polls. Yeah. You don't even have to take them with you. Right. Just tell them you did it.
Right. Speak up.
That's it.
Speak up.
All right. What are you?
What are we?
You're still not reading anything.
I am not. No, I am playing softball. I am spinning in spin class. I wish I had the time, but I'm not even gonna fake it. I'm probably not gonna read anything by next week. We'll see. I was supposed to go to the library and then blah blah blah. We didn't. Remember, we were supposed to go to the library together.
Didn't go to the library.
We ended up at a dope ass
we ended up drinking and
went to a cigar bar.
So
playing chess.
So it was still cultural, like in a way or whatever.
Right?
It wasn't like we was at the club.
It was amazing.
I want to go back. I just wanted to let you know I want to go back
to the bar or to the cigar bar.
Cigar bar.
Okay. I want to find another one.
That's fine. Too.
And the first cigar bar I'd ever went to was in DC, and it was essentially Chocolate City. So when I walked in, I was like, I've got to find a cigar bar in Los Angeles. And I walked in, and I was like super disappointed because it's not like Chocolate City. So I suggest we find like a.
Was that like a strip club? You trying to see ass while you?
No.
Oh.
I want black people in my freaking cigar bar.
I got that. About to say you trying to see ass.
That's why. Chocolate City. I forgot that's the actual place. No. It was like all these good-looking, educated, well-dressed black brothers.
I see.
And so then I came to LA.
I got excited thinking you wanted to see some ass while we smoked, and I was like, "Damn, I had no idea me and you were best friends."
And I came out to LA, went to a cigar bar shortly after that, and I was like, oh. So I would like to see if there's a black owned.
I haven't found anywhere to be around black people in 5 years.
That's because you won't leave, and I won't say your city because people are stalkers. You won't leave your little cove.
I do.
Area.
Where? Name a place around here. Anywhere in this vicinity. It doesn't have to be here, but anywhere in a 10-mile radius, 20-mile radius,
where there's black owned businesses and you can be around like people.
Yeah, and not get shot.
Inglewood.
Since when?
Since forever. You won't get shot in Inglewood.
Well,
you can get shot anywhere, but you're not going to get shot in Inglewood.
You can get shot anywhere.
Baldwin Hills.
I want to go there.
Yeah. Torrance.
I forgot about
out in
Baldwin
Torrance.
Hills. I've heard of Torrance, but I've never known about Torrance.
And there's people call it Los Angeles, but I don't know what part because there's not a city attached to it. But I will take you. I've said that
Where in
many
Los
times.
Angeles?
Like I don't know the city name because it's like Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? But
Like Los
you gotta
Angeles,
go
the
over
city.
the hill.
I've been over the hill. Ain't shit over there.
Okay, no, not just Hollywood and West Hollywood and Silver Lake and Los Feliz. No, Santa Monica. None of those places. You gotta keep going.
Where? How far I gotta go? That's the thing.
Hawthorne.
These places seem like they're hour drives away.
Well, traffic, for instance, make them an hour away.
Yes, traffic.
But these are places within 20 miles or less.
That's far.
You just put that parameter.
Like, yeah, but it's still far.
It's worth it.
I'm sure it's worth it. It's going to have to be. It's just saying I'm just not accustomed to having to travel to accomplish this feat.
Unfortunately,
that's what I'm saying as a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Having to take a
so
road
far.
trip just to see some niggas. It's not something I'm used to doing. Okay?
Girl, I've been living in the valley all my life. It's what I've had to do.
I did not get to what I was reading.
Oh yeah, we're not there yet. Go.
I just have another Monica Rambeau
Don't
comic
cut me
coming.
out.
I'm gonna cut you out.
Don't cut me out.
I do what I want.
Okay.
And I would like this one to be a little bit shorter.
No.
They're getting long.
Do you hear us? No.
I can't.
Tell
help
her.
you.
No. Comment on our comment section.
You're like
Say,
a little
keep
like
going.
You're just like a kid. No, all
no,
right. I'm just
don't cut me.
I'm gonna ignore you. Like,
what are you reading?
like I would my 3-year-old. Yeah, I got a Monica Rambeau comic coming.
You ordered it?
No, I'm gonna order it tomorrow. I gotta wait to get paid, John.
So you know what?
It's in my
what she's
cart.
saying is basically the same thing I'm saying. She's not reading anything yet right now. That's
It's
not
in,
reading.
It's
You
in my
ordered
cart.
it.
It's in my cart though.
It's in her cart. Moving on to what we're watching.
And I'm gonna get it
When you
tomorrow. So it's as good as read.
Read it. You can talk about
It's
it.
a comic. It's like 5 pages. You might as well just say I read it.
It's a graphic novel.
No, this is a comic book.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not even a graphic novel. It's like a little thin little piece of. What are you watching?
You know, parts of downtown too. Anyways, they have some dope places.
Do they?
Yeah.
I tried.
I'm not reading anything, but oh my god, I am definitely watching sports right now. Sports. Football, basketball, baseball. Specifically, the Dodgers winning in the 13th inning. Do you realize this game went to 11:40? And the world record for innings in the playoffs are 14 innings. Like that's the longest it's ever gone. This one went to 13, and we won. Lakers play tonight. Woo! Sorry, I'm just saying. So that's what I'm watching. I'm all into sports right now.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, you can hear the joy in her voice, right?
I'm
people?
trying to be supportive. I don't know what you want from me.
What are you watching?
Excuse me. It's allergy season for me, so that's why I'm like coughing and sneezing. But in the spring, I'll be good though. While all y'all is sneezing,
It's some Santa Ana winds.
don't be judging me for my fall allergies or whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta get medicine though because if I don't treat it, it'll give me a sinus infection.
Really?
It's like every year. It's like clockwork, and I should have been on them already.
Well, you know, isn't it the Santa Ana winds that are bringing it on? That's what everyone says is the allergy season flares up with the Santa Ana winds.
Oh,
And
I
right
had
now
this on
we
the
have-
East Coast too. Just something about the fall, and then I finally got an allergy test. I'm allergic to weeds.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's weed season, the fall. So yeah, I don't know about them winds or whatever, but it's
Okay.
always like this time of the year. And if I don't treat it, I'll get a sinus infection. So that's why I sound like this.
Treat it.
I think it's too late. I'm supposed to treat it before I even start to see
Don't
symptoms.
cut any of this out.
I am.
No.
I am.
It's really good.
All right. I am watching. There's a new show on HBO called Camping with Jennifer Garner.
Ben Affleck's ex?
Yes.
She's a nice lady.
Is she?
She is so good to him, even though he just continues to fuck up
Is she
everything.
a nice lady or a not bright lady?
No, she's nice because she is separated from him and has been and does not engage with him. But because that's the father of her child, she's always going to drive him to rehab. She's always going to.
Is that nice or an obligation because you want your baby's daddy to be a better man?
I think
for
it's
your
a
child?
choice to treat someone who you know has problems and who will probably lifetime have problems like you love them, because you do. You're just not going to choose to live your life with them.
Right.
You know?
That's nice.
That's what I get
guess.
from her.
All right, go ahead, Jennifer. It's a
ahead,
good
go
show.
ahead.
She's playing a character that's a bit different from her usual characters.
Not her
I
like
think.
strong comic book
Yeah,
kind
no.
of
No.
strong lady character.
Is that her in that movie Peppermint?
Yes.
I feel like that didn't get advertised enough. I wonder if it's bad. Sometimes they'll base their budget for like marketing off how good they think it'll be.
Yeah.
And I feel like the lack of marketing indicated how good it was.
Could be.
That's what I was worried about. I really wanted to see
like her in
Hotel
those roles.
Artemis. Seemed like it was a good movie, but it just wasn't advertised. I'm just like, I'm wondering if this is terrible.
Not always.
I mean, sometimes they just don't have the budget for it and they just don't do it.
They can't, right.
But because Hotel Artemis had Jodie Foster
Or it's not
in
that it's made that it's bad, it's that they don't think it's going to make them money.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But usually they base that off how good it is, how good they think it is. So that's what I'm saying. I wonder if it's just not that good. I mean, they make mistakes and things become like big hits, but those they're already in the red box. So not Peppermint, but Hotel Artemis.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if that was there in a couple weeks too. That's just me riffing off the industry. But anyway, camping is good. Watch it. I think that's HBO. I'm finishing the 90s on Netflix with the wife. I watched the 80s all by myself last night. And I'm probably going to watch the 70s tonight. It's probably what I have planned. I feel like there was something else. That might be it. My eyes are itchy. And listening to... Big Boy did a Tiny Desk session with NPR, so I gotta listen to that.
I love me some Big Boy.
I do too.
He's a staple of LA. He really represents LA, and he's moved around and has continued his career.
Staple of LA, Mr. ATL.
Yeah, well, because he's always
not Big Boy from the damn radio.
Do not cut that because that's funny.
That's not funny. I'm gonna leave that in so people can laugh at you.
Got it. Well, I was wondering. This was like interesting.
No,
Anyways, never
Big
mind.
Boy.
Because I literally listened to him this morning because I left my phone at the house, so I had to listen to the radio, and I listened to Big Boy. I'm sorry.
That's personally on me too because I forget how big he is here.
He's such a staple here.
He's
like
the voice of LA. A staple here, but not there. So that's what I'm just like. So
anyways,
who the fuck is thinking about
she's
that?
not talking about Big Boy on the radio.
No, I'm talking about Big Boy, not boy.
Got it.
There was a couple more I feel like I need to get caught up on as well.
I'm still in the podcast,
but I'm not listening to anything. Apparently, like, a lot of music is out that I didn't realize. Did you realize Usher had an album out?
I did, but I haven't heard any of his music.
This has been a secret album. I did not even know this was out.
This is what I thought. I heard he was coming out with an album. Then all of a sudden it was just out. And I'm like, but where's the music?
I didn't hear nothing.
I haven't heard anything either.
I didn't hear I'm talking about. I didn't hear no rumors. I didn't hear no. As a matter of fact, the only reason why I know is because somebody on Twitter was talking about getting caught up on music, and he was up there, and I'm just like, the fuck you mean Usher?
Yeah, I feel like has any really good albums been dropping? I feel a little lull in the music thing too.
I do too. I mean, I still haven't like gone through all of Cardi's album. I didn't go through I haven't gone through the Carter 5 yet. Yes, I have. I'm lying.
Yeah, Carter 5.
No, I went through the rest of it because I said I would.
Yeah,
but I usually don't.
What'd you think?
It's good. It's all right. It was harder. It's a little bit harder than I thought it would be.
I like it though overall. I would rate it like a solid
I feel like
B+.
there's only like 2 or 3 on there that I feel like I would reach back to. Like nowadays,
really?
I feel like
that little.
I feel like at this age, when I listen to an album, it has to be spectacular, or I'm probably never going to grab it again.
You said it before.
And sometimes, even like a bad album will just have that one song that I'm just like, this is. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Of that album, I feel like there's only 3 that I'll probably make sure are on my phone and available at all times. I felt like that with like Drake's album too. Like it's 2 or 3 that I'm always going to grab for, but that's about it there.
I think I like about 6 or 7 that I would grab, but then I don't like some of them. I don't like when they're all depressed and like cry baby and like I want to die.
Well, he was talking about his near-death experience when he accepted the BET Award, so I guess it came from that place.
You're an artist, you have to put out stuff, but I'm a human being and I can't ingest everything because some things just don't vibe with my soul.
Right, with your spirit, right. Yeah, no, you can't do that.
I don't want to put that on in the morning. But yeah. No,
I feel like
happy he dropped
something else that I'm missing too. Somebody else.
I think I haven't listened to Ella May. Have you listened to Ella May?
Oh, Ella May. I was listening to Ella May, and if you don't follow me on SoundCloud, you should. I think my name is just Reid, Reid. I've been listening to her for a while, like back when she was just a SoundCloud artist. Now that I'm doing the same thing I do with all these people. And once they start to get like bigger, more mainstream, I kind of like not really care for them anymore. A, I don't really like sharing them with like the masses. B, I feel like their their music gets a little watered down with like the success. And C, I just feel like the music sometimes takes a direction that I'm not with anymore. Like they lose that like hunger. So like I feel like the subject matter changes, which is to be expected.
Right.
These things happen. I'm certainly happy for her success. I don't want people to not be successful so they can keep singing to me on SoundCloud.
The hungriest in the beginning.
Right.
You produce the best.
But like Boot Up, I don't like that song. It seemed lazy and obvious. And I don't know, like I just liked her music before, so she's one of those people that I have found on SoundCloud a while ago and I vibed with, but this new stuff I'm just like
yeah, I feel like I want to listen to her next. I want to listen to her.
I feel like that's what it is. Like it's like really young. What is happening out there?
There's a dog going crazy.
There's the dog fights.
Don't cut that.
Can I borrow $5 to put it on one of them dogs? No? All right.
Well, I'm listening to a new podcast. I found one called Sold in America. And I'm for it. It is like nothing else I've heard, and it's
you need to explain this because what I'm reading now seems
around
fucked up.
Trafficking women and the sex business. And this podcast was started by this woman who kind of had this like traumatic experience at 12. She explains it. I'm not going to go into it. And since then, she's just kind of been like, she wants to kind of essentially expose and help people in that situation. What is the
format? Like, what is happening?
It's going to be a lot of different kind of things. Again, it's only the first or 2 episodes that have aired. And what I'm getting from it is it's going to be live accounts. So she interviews people. But it's not what you think. So in her head, she's like, when you say trafficking, you get something in your head and what it is. It's not going to be what you think. But anyway, she's always going to have, I think, a live interview, maybe each one. Maybe not everyone, but most of them. She's going to talk about different aspects of the sex business, I guess is what you can call it. That ranges from people who voluntarily enter into the sex working industry all the way up to trafficking women. And she's also using it as a way to help by providing certain phone numbers, certain things you can do. She's going to have events. So it's just a bunch of things. And I think she's working it out as she goes. But it's really riveting. And obviously, I live for people's experiences. I love listening to what other people go through and maybe why they made those choices. And yeah, so I'm all for it. It's called Sold in America.
That seems like the most depressing thing.
The first one was actually about a woman who went into stripping by choice and went into prostitution by choice.
I see.
It wasn't that it was depressing, but it was a different account. So anyways, it's not going to be just like this, like, oh, I got taken and raped by 18 people. It's not that. It's more about like, who are these people? Who are these people? The people who are choosing it, the people who are not choosing it. Like, what are their stories? You know, what kind of family home did they come from? Why did they do it? And of course, a lot of it has to do with drugs. A lot of it has to do with neglect. A lot of it has to do with the things we know. But I don't want to read statistics and I don't want to read people writing about it. I'd rather listen to the person tell me what the fuck happened, why they think they made that choice, and why they got out.
Right.
You know, so it's depressing, but it's, I think, fantastic as well.
Like, I would watch a documentary about this, but I don't think I could actively listen to a podcast.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what this turns into. Because I think she's using it not, you know, we do a podcast every week and we talk about stuff. I feel really like she's trying to use this to actively create a movement to do something about something that she has been talking about for years.
Right. Well, she needs to link up with Ashton Kutcher.
Right? Yeah.
Get on his radar because he's been a big
great
proponent
organization.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking all in front of the Congress and the Senate, all types of stuff.
Go Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah,
most people don't know about that.
He's out there caping for women.
Yep. That's it.
All right.
So fun.
Feel like I should be listening to more. I just can't think of anything. I'm gonna go find this Usher album. Apparently, I gotta go look for it.
You know what it is? It's because after he gave everyone herpes, no one wants to hear him.
I guess. I feel like.
Seriously.
I mean, people still have their jokes. People get over that. Like, if people can get over R. Kelly.
People are done with R. Kelly.
Now, how long did that take?
Right, but it was
these allegations have been around forever. I mean, like, Usher isn't R. Kelly, but it's still Usher, though.
No, agreed. But it's sad because, I mean, I'm speaking from, like, my perspective. there's something that has literally changed for me with him. Like, I really used to like him, really vibe. Like, I loved Usher. And now I just
So wait,
don't.
is it just because he was like just actively out here just infecting people and not giving shit? Is that been proven? I don't even know what happened.
Yes, that has been proven. For sure.
He was just out here
hands
infecting
down.
motherfuckers.
And
I like lost track of where that left off.
Me too, but you know what it is? It's unfair judgment. Herpes is a nasty word. Herpes just sounds nasty.
Yes.
And you out there giving women herpes.
Right.
And you cheated on Chili. You've been cheating and fucking women since we've known you. And we
Right.
accepted that you fucked over Chili. You know, we got over that. And then
I
tragedy
feel
hit
like
his
it's the
family,
same.
which was hard
It's
to
the
hear.
same with all these niggas.
It's just...
Like, they're all doing the same. He just got caught out there. Like,
Right. And unfortunately... Every time I hear Usher, I think herpes, and it's just disgusting. It's like, ugh.
Right.
So it's not fair. It's judgmental. He hasn't done anything that not the rest of us has probably done, which is have unprotected sex.
Right.
But sorry, you have herpes, and herpes doesn't go away, so you still have herpes, nigga. Like you. Ugh.
But you're not fucking him. You're just listening to the song.
I know, but you know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm trying to see it from your perspective. Like, R. Kelly, I couldn't shake. Like, as soon as, like, little girls came on the scene, like, period, like, way back for the first tape, like, all the songs, I just heard him singing to little girls. Like, I couldn't shake it.
Yeah.
Like, this Usher thing, I can shake. Like, now that you say it now, like, I couldn't go get the album and throw it on, like, right now. I'm going to need some time to get away from your words. And then maybe I could take a stab at it.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No,
it's
I mean,
all about perspective.
Look,
I wasn't even thinking about that until you just said it.
If a song dropped right now, you hit play on something, it was a bumping ass Usher song, I think everything I'm saying will go out the door.
Right.
But I just he hasn't been associated with music for so long because of all his drama that the music just needs to come out. That's what needs to happen. I don't need to hear an album dropped. I need to just hear it.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, there hasn't been anything on the radio. Are there any singles? That's what I don't understand. Like, herpes just don't ruin a nigga's career like this.
Ruin his life, CJ.
That's the thing I don't understand. Like, since when has herpes just ruined a nigga's whole career? Maybe I need to know. See, now I'm gonna go on Twitter and see, like, is niggas not fucking with this because of the herpes? Because people were like, oh yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it. Like, I didn't hear that.
Right.
But now I'm gonna go looking. I want to see. I want to see. Yay. I love looking at what motherfuckers have to say about shit. That's my favorite thing.
Keep commenting.
I love to know that shit.
All right, I'm going to leave our audience off with this. Don't cut shit out.
I'm going to cut it off because you're taking too long. We're already over an hour.
They like it.
Let's go. Come on. Spit
Right,
it out.
people?
Spit it out.
I like it.
Spit it out.
I listen to this podcast.
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 Spit it out.
I listen. So you have to listen.
Yeah, no, this is getting cut off.
No.
All right, everybody, that brings episode 12 of the comment section to the close. This is Miss Reid.
And Dev.
And we'll see you around the schoolyard.
Peace.
I'm trying out new things.